on, Chinese puzzle. Oh, baby. It is a beautiful day on the homestead here in North Idaho. This morning, we are taking care of the chickens, and they are actually doing really good this winter. They don't like the snow too much, but they're hanging out, they're eating, they're drinking, and things are going good with them. We also need to get the heat turned on in the apartment. We're gonna be working up there today, and we wanna get it nice and toasty warm for Jules. But before we do that, we've got to get the tractor working again. It's been broken down for about 3 weeks now. We got snow still in the forecast, a couple months worth of winter left, and that snowplow has gotta get fixed. We got the tractor unburied, unstuck. So I'm betting that you can guess what's coming next. We're gonna try to fix this guy. Look at that, it's all floppy. That's because the control cables broke to lift the bucket up and down, the main arm. Hopefully we can get this thing apart if we can get all the ice off of it and get a new cable put in today. We shall see though. Finally got the floor mat out of there. According to the guy at the tractor shop, I've got to take this panel out right here so that I can get to the end of where these green cables go. One of these is the one that I have to replace. Let's get out the socket set. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, buddy. Now it's gonna be like one of those Chinese puzzles. Come on, Chinese puzzle. Oh, baby. Whew. So this, guys, is how it works. The hydraulic valve assembly is down here. The cable connects to it right here and runs back that way, up to here, right to here. Look right here. This is what's broke. See this part? This little guy right here connects to there. And then it works like this side, right over here. It goes up and down to control the valve. Kind of a lame design, I think, but that's the way it is. This is what they sent me. This green cable right here. You notice there's no little ball on the end. So I don't know if this is the right cable or not, or if I even need this cable. It could be that this threads up inside of there, and then that little cone-shaped thing that the ball connects to is threaded onto the end of this. I'm not sure, but obviously I can't fix it today since they didn't send me the little ball cone-shaped thing that goes in there and goes up and down. So let's go work on a different project. This is the one. Johnny's home. We went and got that door for the apartment. We'll be installing that here in a little bit, but we also went to the Branson dealer in Spokane. This guy right here is all we need. Unfortunately, they don't sell that part alone. You have to buy this whole assembly here with the cables and everything for $450. Whew, expensive, man. So they said, why don't you try going over to the Coyote dealer and seeing if they can help you out? And so look at that, the exact same part, but for a Coyote, not a Branson. We still had to buy a little bit more than we needed. We had to buy this whole kit right here. It comes with the 3-way piece that they fit into and all 3 of the studs, which is this piece right here, 1, 2, and 3 of those little studs. But that's all right. This was only $70 versus $450. So there you go, guys. A little tip for you Branson owners. If there's any of you out there, I think we're few and far between. But if one of those things breaks on you, get it from Coyote. Check it out. It goes up now. And it goes down. I fixed it, man. Flying like an eagle, I'm circling the sun. I want to do so many things I have never done. Just show me where the path gives out, and that's where I'll run. The tractor's fixed, but the problem is, in order to move this giant pile of snow in front of the garage, we're gonna need to use the bucket because this is all frozen solid. The problem is, the bucket is over there, buried in the snow, in those trees. We got to try to get it out.
towards the ceiling for the lucky ones. Made to be ever free.
Now that we got the bucket out of there, we've got to free up all of this ice here so that we can actually get it fully attached to the tractor.
Satisfied, and know you'll never tie me down. Stronger souls have tried, so treat me like a shooting star in your midnight sky. No, I'm not gonna settle for some bitter 9 to 5 or saving up my medals just to barely make it by.
Marty, this is so awesome. Good job, man. It feels so good to have the tractor back in working order.
Let it snow.
It is snow. It's like popcorn snow right now.
Now let's go do something fun.
Wandering hard on a crazy ride, an open road and a deep blue sky. Feel it calling me like the wind. Trust the compass down in my skin. Walk straight, stay right. That's what they say to me, but I don't do it right. Inside the lines.
So who said this was going to be fun?
I did. Actually, no, I think it was you. But I think it's fun because we get to clean up, and clean up is one of the funnest parts for me. Seth, why is this job fun for you? What?
Maybe because you get to break things and throw things.
Be destructive.
Instead of constructive.
Yeah, usually we have to be really careful what we're doing. Now you just get to.
When I was young, my mom told me, son, that soul of yours was born to run. It's your adventure for you to choose, and you'll know home when you find your roots. Just remember, don't walk straight, stay right. That's what they say to me, but I don't fit right inside the lines.
A lot of you guys said that we could compost the sheetrock, which I think is true, but we're running out of places to actually store stuff, Jules.
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be interesting to try sometime. Maybe when we sheetrock the main part of the house, we can try composting some of the scrap sheetrock from that.
Sunshine every morning, light up every moment, make my every dream come true. Oh, I can't describe it. Took my tongue and tied it, sent my heart over the moon. Come fly away with me.
Somebody said I should cut it up into little tiny squares and then compost it. I don't think that's how I want to spend my time.
No, that's a ton of work.
Yeah.
Maybe if you had like a chipper or a shredder or something you could run it through.
Just have a stomping party.
Yeah.
Everybody in the family just stomp on it.
So what next, Jules?
I think that we should install the door.
That door right there?
Actually, I take that back. I think that Seth should help you carry the door. Don't you think that's a good idea?
Not at all.
I love that idea. Go Team Johnson! This is our last moment with Seth, and then he needs to get back to his schoolwork. You've got a science test to finish studying for, right?
Yep.
Thanks for all your work today.
Make my heart race in a hurry, lose my every worry, every second I'm with you. We'll turn all the pages, check off all the places, every day something new.
Nice job, Team Johnson. Good job. Good job, high five. Good job, high five. Look at that beautiful door.
It's heavy too. Right here is where we want to try to put that door. So I guess first things first, Jules, let's see if it actually fits in the hole.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. It was a long time ago that we actually built this hole, so maybe we did it wrong.
Oh, I hope not.
So this guy's right here is the hole that we're trying to plug up. You notice You can see through right here.
Yeah, you can actually see the snow. It's snowing.
There's a piece of metal trim, like see this right here? This one you can't see through because there's metal flashing there. We didn't have the metal flashing when we put the roof on this summer. And so this summer coming up, we're gonna have to put that metal flashing there that'll block that. But we're also going to insulate right inside of here after we get the door up. The door should go right up against here. Hopefully anyway. Well, we're gonna find out. Let's see if it fits.
What is that behind you?
This is the hallway to go into the rest of the house, right? So this wall back here that you can see, that'll be taken out. And then this will be like, maybe for like grandkids, reading area, beanbag chairs, some bookshelves with kids reading stuff on there. And then that'll be the family room right on the other side of that window there. We're gonna just slide it in here backwards first, because we're gonna have to take off this brick molding. I don't wanna take it off until we know it's gonna fit.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks really nice, actually. Looks way cool.
Okay, let's pull it back out.
Okay.
Honey, we got a moon that's full and a dance floor made of grass. Your blue eyes make me wanna make this evening last. Put on an old song, put on that new dress. Tomorrow's coming, but it ain't here yet. We got stars outside.
It's cool. It's gonna come out, I think. All right.
You and I.
Good thing I paid attention.
Okay, ready? So we get to use a brand new tool. We've had it for a little while, but ooh,
Wow, you can barely see it moving.
I know. It's a, I don't know what you call it. It's a vibrating saw. So we're just cutting off a little bit of a high spot here when we cut this out with the Sawzall last summer. We had a couple little high spots. We don't want that holding up the door at all, making it unlevel at the bottom. So zip those guys off with this cool saw. And we'll be ready to rock and roll.
Stars outside.
Let's see if this old silicone is still any good. It'd be cool if it was, because we don't need a whole tube to do this job. It's a different color than the new one that's not open yet. It's more of a tan color than white. Let's see. Oh, it's gonna work. Should have had somewhere to put that.
Right there on the floor.
Right there on the tool.
Perfect spot.
Great. All right, so we gotta tilt the door out and silicone underneath it, just to keep all the drafts from coming in. We're not worried about water. This is actually like an interior door, but because this is a private space, we want to be able to deadbolt it and keep the two parts completely separate and airtight. All right, so Jules is gonna lean this down here, and I'm gonna caulk underneath here with the silicone. Oh, hey Jules, thank you. Okay, right there. All right, cool, man. We used it all.
Marty, we just threw away all that scrap sheetrock.
I know it.
And now you want scrap sheetrock.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We're using the sheetrock actually for shims. Usually I use, like, you got your little shims, but then like for the big, 1/2 inch or more, usually use OSB. Alright, let's go see if it works. Oh yeah, look at that, man. That'll take up most of that space right there. Now we can use our little eco shims, because we're eco shimming it today.
Marty, I think that we bought a mean door. This door is giving us a hard time.
Yeah, probably in my lack of experience with doors.
I don't know. I think there's something wrong with this bottom corner down there.
It's like it's bowed this way. The frame is bowed. This is straight. When you put it on here, it doesn't touch all the way down the door frame. So there's something wonky going on with the door frame. Like, look at the gap down there at the bottom. So you put it on the door frame here.
Oh, wow.
Look, there's a big gap right here.
Yeah. So what do you do about that?
I don't know what to do about that. I mean, take it back maybe? I don't know. Just live with it? But that shouldn't be like that, right? It's kind of like there's a crown in it. Yeah? Like a crown in a board?
Yeah.
It's like there's a crown in this piece of wood here. So when you shut the door, it sticks out down here because the frame kicks in, right? It bows in.
Yeah. Grr.
Yeah, grr.
We've been working on this for like 2 hours.
Yeah, if I've done doors my whole life, maybe I'll be like, oh yeah, well this is the easy thing to do. We got to get this door sealed up because this is a big gap right here, letting air in, and we just want to be done with it. So I'm kind of thinking, Jules, that we just lean the piece of wood up against it, fill that in with some of the insulation we have laying around, and go have dinner.
I love that idea.
Let's go eat dinner.